Hi everyone, welcome to episode 26 of the DoodleCast. I am your host, as always, Swinky. Hi. I'm not alone, but you know that already because you're here. Thank you for tuning in. I'm also here with the silly goose of Los Angeles, and he's so happy he's dancing and snapping his fingers. Pyuu! Pyuu, say hi!
Hi! Hello!
Good job.
And hola. ¿Cómo está usted, mi esposa?
Bien.
Qué bueno, me alegro muchísimo. How are you? Good morning. Welcome to the party. How have you been, my darling?
I've been fine. Today has been a lazy day. We've been sleeping and resting. At some point, we were supposed to be recording already, and then I came upstairs to see how far Pyuu had gone with the preparations, but he was out like a light.
I was.
You've had a long week.
It's been a wild week. It's been a wild week. I put myself on the bed as one does to play Final Fantasy IX. Did not happen. The eyes shut themselves for a good 2 hours, I believe.
Do you know you're adorable when you're asleep because you curl up?
I do. You
bring your knees up.
I hope this doesn't come as a surprise, but I'm asleep when I'm asleep, so I don't know how cute I am.
You are very cute.
How have you been? How's your week?
My week has been mostly just making sure that you don't have to worry about anything other than your work.
Thank you so much. You succeeded.
Did I?
Amazingly well this week.
Yay! Applause for Swinky.
Applause.
Applause. That's what I'm here for.
Yes. Is the applause? Are you committing the mortal sin of vanity, my darling? Cutting to you in 3, 2, 1.
I'm quoting the great Miss Lady Gaga.
I would
I live for the applause. That's the only part I know of that song.
I would venture to say that Lady Gaga has perhaps committed the mortal sin of vanity.
She talks about it a lot in that album, I think. The Fame one.
The Fame Monster. Such a good record. Way better than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
You want to check in with the nature cam?
Yes.
There it is. And I came to a conclusion this morning.
It's so pretty outside.
That's the conclusion I came to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, actually.
Oh, look at me go.
Look at you go.
It's really pretty.
Every time I've cut to the nature cam in the 27 episode genesis of this podcast.
26, baby.
Is this on episode
26?
I thought we were in 27. Okay.
Oh, really?
No, you're right. You keep track of this much better than I do. And I think I even remembered you saying it at the beginning and thinking, 26, look at her go. She's remembering to check these things. And I'm not. That's not the point of the story. The point of the story is every time in the 26 episode genesis of this podcast that I've cut to it, I have internally and often externally lamented the fact that there is no squirrel on the nature cam. That's on me.
That's on you?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. The squirrels are not beholden to our production schedule. I should have the ability to look at this image, recognize that it is nature in and of itself without any icing. It is the cake.
It is the cake. Yes. Oh, wow. Pyuu. That's good. That's profound.
So I apologize to our listeners for me being so slow on this. And
always being disappointed when Jerry doesn't do tricks for us.
Yeah, no, I couldn't see the trees from the trees even. Complete failure of presence, and I apologize to our listeners, and I apologize to you,
But
darling.
you figured it out, and now here we are.
Here we are.
So happy together.
I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life.
Wow,
All right.
wow, very nice, Pyuu.
Yeah.
Did you just do a thing?
I just did a thing, and I might do one again someday.
So this is nice. We have our nature cam.
We do. Can I ask a philosophy question to you? This is
you can ask me. You can also ask me how I feel about having worn a sweater in summer.
I cannot. I will yes and to that. How do you feel about wearing a sweater in summer?
I now regret it because before I was sedentary. I wasn't moving around much, and it's cooler downstairs. So I was very comfortable in this sweater. But now that I'm in your office, where the sun shines directly in your eyes, I feel like I made a mistake, and I might be dabbing my face every now and then. So
okay,
I'm just preparing everybody for that.
The problem with this podcast, and maybe this is another failure of being present, but maybe you'll agree that this is a problem. I can cut to you and you can be dabbing. Not just your face, but dabbing. Because I need to operate the editor, I cannot dab on this show. I can't cut to me mid-dab.
No, you have to really focus.
So is that, I ask you, is that a problem or is that a problem of my presence in the moment?
It's not a problem at all. I think it's great, Pyuu, that you do things. Wait, did you want me to choose one of the above?
No,
I want you to.
I want you to say exactly what you're thinking. I got a phone call from a long-time listener, many-time caller, who told me that maybe we should just listen to Swinky every now and then.
No, I don't think it's a problem at all,
Okay.
baby. You do a really good job. If I had to do what you're doing right now, talking, listening, looking outside at the nature cam, switching from board to board, from screen to screen, it would be a mess.
Here's what changed this week.
I would focus on you'd find me focusing on a light or something.
Here's what changed this week. I have to do most of those. I get to keep an eye on the nature cam. It used to be a chore. Now it's just a glance over, see that nature still exists.
Still exists, yeah.
Success.
We're not just indoors.
Yes.
We're not trapped in a world that doesn't have nature.
Can I ask you the philosophy question?
Ask me, baby.
This has been on my mind all week, and I'm not joking about this. This isn't a bit. I'm not gonna try to make a fool of you or anything like that. It's actually puzzling me. I heard a very interesting quote. I like the quote a lot. I've heard it before, but it didn't really burrow in until this week. And that was, people won't remember what you say to them, but they will always remember how you made them feel. And I believe that to be fairly true. I mean, you can say some amazing things. People will remember some of the things you say, but they will never forget how you made them feel. So, the question for you, and this is a serious question, is how do you keep track of how you feel, and how do you keep track of communicating that to the world around you? Is that a fair question? Does it make sense?
How do I keep track of how I feel?
Yeah, like I keep track of the words I think and the words I say, and that makes it pretty easy to give the people around me the things I say, which they will forget. I don't keep close track of how I feel or what feelings I'm communicating in any given moment.
Are you
not
sure?
Nearly as much, not as much as I keep track of the words.
Okay.
And I think you keep track of feelings with more acuity than you keep track of the words you're thinking and saying.
It's not on purpose, though. I think it's just the way I'm wired.
And it's not on purpose on my part either. It's like, that's what I mean, is it's natural wiring.
Yeah.
So there's only so much insight I could give somebody for keeping track of words and how to say them, because I don't think about it at all. And I imagine there's only so much insight that you can give me to the other side of the equation that I don't spend as much time on. But I did want to ask you that question and kind of open up the floor and shut my yap for a minute and see what's on your mind.
Gosh, how do I keep track of how I'm feeling?
Or am I approaching it the whole wrong way?
Yeah, I think that's too
too clinical?
too mechanical. Yeah, too
okay.
clinical. Yes, I wouldn't look at it that way. It's really just moment
Let's
to
course
moment.
correct quickly then. How do you look at it?
When I feel things, I think it's just part of being alive. I don't even think it's just part of being me. It's part of being alive. And if I'll be very direct, if I don't get a good feeling from someone, and they're not close to me, they'll never know. There's no need for them to know. They can just move on with their lives, and I just distance myself from them, and they never have to know. But I take note almost instinctively without even making a conscious choice. And if someone makes me happy, or they say or do something that sits with me and is in my heart, then I don't know, then my door is always open to them. So for me, it's about deciding who I want to carry on with me from that moment on. Like if I want to care about this person, if I want to add this person to the list of people I think of. Yeah. So for me, it's really about just navigating life.
Oh,
really.
life.
Oh,
life.
Yeah. I'm not so calculating about feelings really at all. If you know me, if I'm feeling something, sometimes it overwhelms me. Sometimes I'm really good at controlling, and you can tell how close we are, but by how good I am at controlling my feelings around you. So if I'm really good
please finish that, and I will decide if you and I are the closest you've ever been to someone, or if I have alien to you.
If I am able to hide my emotion from you, then we're just not that close. But if I'm really unable, just the real essence of what I'm feeling in that moment cannot be held back. It's like the floodgates. Then it means that I'm very comfortable with you and I'm used to you being around. And there are few people I can say that about because I'm guarded, as I think all people are. Your turn, Pyuu.
Wait, what am I supposed to do?
I have answer the same question. Yeah. How do you decide?
How do I decide what
on your feelings?
How do I decide on my feelings? I don't. I wouldn't be asking this question if I did.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm up against the wall, trying to be mindful of all those things. But no Jedi, me. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not on the High Council of Jedi.
Well, neither am I. Wait, what does it mean to be on the Council of Jedi? Like you're wise or something?
No. That's why Anakin was that he was never aware enough of his feelings and able to control them enough to be given the rank of council member. But he was given the title of Jedi because he was a valuable soldier in their cause. But I nature cam.
Okay.
Look at all that nature just being natural and all.
I think it's important to feel. And I think we're taught very early about how to shield ourselves from others and being hurt by others by hiding how we really feel. And I feel that's really detrimental to relationships. I'll give a close example of a very beloved family relative.
Okay.
Who does not share her feelings. She will bottle it up.
That narrows it down by half. Keep going.
She will bottle it up and hold it in, and she won't tell you how she really feels until it bubbles over and it's an outburst. And I've been trying to tell her to get it out. That telling someone how you feel, even though how you feel is hurt, doesn't mean that you don't love them. In fact, it means that you do, and you care about the relationship.
And you have faith that that love will be like a sinew to the distance you feel, that it'll pull it back together. Yeah,
and it's a bump in the road that you have to traverse. It's just there, and it's part of relationships and fulfilling the destiny of a relationship, if you know what I mean. And I'm not just talking about, between lovers. I'm talking about all relationships with people. If you really care about the person, you will tell them how you feel.
Quick and honest question.
Yes.
Did you change the gender and the relationship of this person in an effort to protect my identity?
No.
Okay, good.
But if it feels like it includes you, then that's good, because this is universal. It's universal. I think it's for everyone.
Yes.
We're taught when we're kids to hide our feelings because your feelings can get you in trouble. Or your emotions and your inability to control them can get you in trouble.
Yes.
So we're taught how to bottle up so many things, and I don't think that's how it should be. Really. Okay, in the workplace, you shouldn't go screaming at everyone. That's bad, and that's being manipulative. I think, right?
That's.
Do you scream at people at work?
You I work at home, and I think you would accuse me of yelling occasionally.
Yes.
That's one of the weird. This is something I can speak on, and I'll try to do it briefly. One of the weird situations that I'm in is that because I'm an independent contractor, I only work with people I want to work with.
Right.
So I'm kind of working with my friends very often, which gives me, I believe, like the latitude. Like if Mary Colston and I made a movie.
Mary's his friend from uni.
Mary is the most wonderful, talented person that I know in my film career. Sorry, everyone else. Like she just has. Yeah. She was formative in my upbringing. Like you remember Stand By Me? Mm-hmm. She's like that level of friend.
Yeah, wow. That's so sweet.
Anyway, if we made a movie together, it would be completely on brand for us halfway through the day to just start screaming at each other.
Really?
Yeah. No, because she cares. She knows what she's doing, and she knows that I care, and I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things. There are people in our field, like if you're not screaming, do you really care? Like if you're not willing to go to bat for your concept.
Right. I would so fail in your industry.
I don't agree with that.
Really?
I don't agree with that. You don't have to yell to scream, but to be a forceful presence in the room and make it very, very clear.
Okay.
And I don't mean that we're both bellowing, just that there can be a high level of intensity.
Yeah.
And it can be received as hostility and anger,
some sort of
or it can be received as passion and engagement with the project, and you can be like, well, that person's a monster, why would they act like that? Or depending on the person and the quality of their artistic input, you can be standing there going, oh, thank God I have somebody who cares this much on the team. Thank God they're here fighting for these ideas that they believe in. I couldn't be more fortunate to have this person on my team screaming at me right now.
Because they believe in the work that you're doing.
Yeah. So there's the industry is a little bit different. I wouldn't, if I was an insurance claims adjuster, I would not be able to be like, wow, that guy's really passionate about his insurance claims adjustments.
No, there's some distance.
But because you're trying to express
Mm.
broken hearts, you got to be able to think about broken hearts and feel broken hearts. And if I'm telling a coworker, like, that's not how you express broken hearts, and they're ready to come back and say, no, this is a broken heart you're looking at, and this is how it manifests on screen for me.
Yeah.
Let it break this way, because if it doesn't, then I'm lying on this project.
Wow.
So you can it's a little bit different.
I like it. I miss Mary.
I miss her a lot. And every something just went by on the nature cam and I didn't catch it.
Oh, you didn't catch it?
And that's okay.
That's okay.
Because
nature's still
is
there.
perfect as it is.
It's still there.
It's still there.
I'm so glad you got that revelation, baby. So we don't have disappointment. Every day it's a celebration.
Good times. Come on.
I don't want us to get in trouble.
All right.
For copyrights.
I don't think we'll get in trouble for honoring our patrons. Do you want to do that for a
No,
minute?
we can do that without getting in trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, listeners of our podcast, the DoodleCast, I would like to present the honors. The honors are our awards for our patrons. Actually, we just say thank you because they're supporting us.
There's no statuette coming
There's
your way.
no statue. No, we're not sending any
No
tickets
laurels,
to any
no
ball
wreaths.
games. All right, here are the people supporting us on Patreon. We love you and we're so grateful to have you. Maida-san, Ms. Burns, Mr. Brunson, Ms. Kiernan, Ms. Raymert, Ms. Kule, Jeannie and Jean, Rima, and, of course, last but not least, Selena, Emily, Mama Jessie, Baba Jessie. Woo!
Woo! And you totally would have made that if I hadn't interrupted you. I take full responsibility for the music running out before the list did.
Oh, that's fine. I like that the siblings ended up being
yes.
the ones that were left out, but not really because we still said woo!
Woo!
And we love you.
Of
you
course.
know that.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
That brings us, of course, to Commentopia.
Oh, yeah. Bring it on. This week's Commentopia.
Can you do me a favor on this one?
Yeah.
Read it in the voice of Vincent Price.
Oh. Did I get it right?
Keep going, the whole thing. Until the music stops, you are Vincent Price.
Oh, this is Halloween Shocktober, and I'm Swinky presenting Commentopia. This comment is from a wonderful lady of the internet called Laquita Cole. She watched a video of me and my friend Raphael. Raphael is an angel, by the way. Raphael from Italy doing a video of a song called At Last, made famous by Etta James. And she says, yes! You convey what Etta James intended with your choices. I'm so glad to hear that because I love singing. And when people see that I'm making choices and they acknowledge them, I feel grateful. Did I get it right? The
That was
Vincent
pretty good.
Price
That was
part.
pretty good. The music's still going, but we'll let you off the hook because you
Okay.
really went all in on that.
I did.
Yes.
Look at me, yes, anding.
All I want to do is look at you.
Baby, is it? You make me shy.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, look at me, yes, anding, and also, improv doesn't matter anymore. Remember how when I landed in LA, I had to.
That sentence was odd because it felt like it presupposed that that improv ever mattered.
Oh.
Boom! Drop the bomb on him.
Explosion. Yes. I really wanted, oh gosh, remember how distressed I was? I think we even did an episode where we talked about how distressed I was about not being excellent at improv.
Can I tell the story?
Yeah, you can tell it.
Okay. Swinky, we signed her up for the Improv 101 at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater.
I'm a graduate.
She's,
Thank you.
We
You're
are
a graduate too,
graduates of improv kindergarten, basically.
I like that.
She did her 8 courses. Every drive home was as if we were going from one funeral and heading to another more important funeral right afterwards. The solemn despair on your face at your countless failings as an improver.
No, maybe there was maybe 1 or 2 times I was not in the depths of despair.
Okay, out of 8 classes, I concede there were maybe 1 or 2 times you were not wallowing in self-hatred at your shortcomings as an improver.
This is what have you finished telling the story?
No, because there's the ending where you do your 101 show for one friend. Everybody has to bring a friend to the show.
And my only friend was Pyuu and his friend.
Yeah. Wait, we got did Rachel came?
Gabby?
Gabby,
Yeah.
Gabby, you're right.
Yeah.
Gabby, Gabby showed up.
Yeah.
For real, they're not kidding about the sisterhood. Like girls show up for girls in LA. If you're a girl and you invite your girlfriends to a thing,
they'll come.
They come. It's kind of cool. But anyway, you did your 101, like your kindergarten recital, basically like singing the Itsy Bitsy Spider for your friends.
Yeah.
The drive home, you were bellowing with tears. It had really like hurt you how you weren't at Lauren Lapkus's level.
Explain to people who don't know who Lauren Lapkus is what her level is. Her level is like professor. Yeah.
Lauren Lapkus is just top of the heap, one of the best improvers, doing it in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Razor sharp, so fun to watch, a brilliant performer.
Almost looks effortless.
Yeah. Always present, and she plays with the best of them. So her shows are just like knock you on the floor funny.
Yeah.
And
kindergarten me.
Swinky was you were so upset that your rendition of Itsy Bitsy Spider didn't bring down the house like Etta James singing at last in Carnegie Hall.
I know.
Defend your despair, darling.
I cannot. It's unfounded and completely refutable. I just expected more from myself. And I really I thought that I'd stepped out of my shell. You know, this thing of just going in and seeing where the winds will take you. And everyone is the same. Also, we were all kindergarteners. And
yeah. It's not like you were on stage with the 7 best improvers in Los Angeles and then you letting them kind of hoist you up to their level.
Right.
It's all kindergartners singing Itsy Bitsy Spider.
And I wanted to hit all the notes, but it's really a luck of the draw, as they say. You don't know what someone's going to say and how you're going to respond to it. You really have to be in the moment. And I thought I was doing my best, but I later on, I think a lot of people do this when you do something and then later on you start to think, maybe I should have done this instead. No, I don't think I handled that well. I was too loud in that part, you know? And it was meaningless and pointless. I should have just celebrated that I graduated. But, you know, I'm used to beating myself up if I don't feel like it's perfect. Also, I'm used to being on stage. You sing, you perform. people are happy you deliver and you go home.
Yeah, no, that's
and
another thing. All your experiences on stage are you smashing and destroying and singing from the gut like a pro who's been doing it for a decade.
Exactly.
Then you get up on stage, it's a very familiar and safe space, and do something you're terrible at.
You suck. And then all the claps are pity claps and all the laughs are pity laughs. And you just...
Can I jump in? Mm-hmm. You don't know that.
You don't know that?
Remember, there's a difference between feeling and fact.
Right.
And you might feel that, but I'm just not trying to dunk on you. I don't think you have the experience or the acuity as a stage performer, a non-singing stage, a comedy performer on stage, to know the difference between a pity laugh and a sincere laugh.
Right.
I don't think you've clocked the hours to be sensitive to that
I
yet.
wouldn't know. Yeah.
So
you're right.
There were sincere laughs, and I know that because I laughed sincerely, and you know that because I'm not going to give a fake laugh to anyone, because I love real laughing way too much to do a fake one for anyone. And so anytime you heard me giggling, if you were able to pull mine out from the audience, it was sincere. And I take umbrage with the fact that you would call them all fake laughs, knowing that mine were mixed in there.
That was my mindset. I really felt that way. And I was so happy to have tried, but wish that I'd done better. But now that you put it in perspective and said you were basically doing a recital singing Itsy Bitsy Spider, I feel like maybe I was taking it a little too seriously. I could have lightened up a little bit, just a little bit.
I think I agree with you there.
Yeah.
And I hope once this is all over,
and school's back in session.
Is there any expression you're more tired of hearing than when this is all over?
Oh no, I'm not. I'm actually not tired of hearing that.
Okay.
Because, I hope that one day it'll all be over. In a way, we will have to live with it like the way people had to learn how to live with the flu. But, I do want it to be over.
Here's the thing I just realized.
Yes.
You are not cutting nearly as many virtual toasts as I am, where everybody sends in a toast to someone else, and then you cut a whole bunch of toasts together for weddings or for virtual galas or stuff like that. So that's all I've been cutting, which means if I get 10 submissions, I will have to hear the phrase "when this is all over" 10 times.
No. I haven't heard it because you're the only person I interact with.
Okay, and I'm freaking loving this. I don't want this to
I know, baby. Do you know how you know that maybe you need to be around people a little more?
I don't, because I've never felt like I need to be around people more.
Let me just explain to you. So today, our neighbors are having some sort of gathering. One of our neighbors. So
when you say it that way, I think they're like sacrificing a goat on a pentagram or something. Why is
your mind going there? No, I think it's food because it was smelling really nice.
You can eat a sacrificed goat.
Pyuu! That's not what they were doing. I think it's Sunday and they look like decent people. And also, I didn't hear any goat going meh. What do goats do? Do they bleat?
Dead.
Oh, because it was dead. Bye.
Jesus. Do you know what happens during a sacrifice?
But during a sacrifice, you have to kill it on the spot because you have to shed the blood. You can't bring something that died 3 days ago.
Have you ever seen a toothpaste tube?
A toothpaste tube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, get a dead goat, slit its throat, no blood comes out, roll it up from the butt.
And then you squeeze the blood out.
Yeah.
Baby, you don't know how to do animal sacrifices.
The gods don't know the difference.
Actually, they would. I think they would. If they really care about fresh blood. You're derailing me. So I was telling you that they were having a gathering. And then I saw that there were many people passing by, and I thought, ooh, I want to sit by the window so I can see people going by.
So you can eavesdrop.
No, well, yes, that too, and also that I can see people because they. It looks like they weren't wearing masks. They don't care. They're fine. There are people who are living through this pandemic as though there isn't one. They're just going about their lives normally, gathering, and I kind of envy them for their blasé attitude, and good for them. Mm-hmm. So I went and I was watching them and just thinking, oh, that's nice.
Honest question, if I may. Am I overdoing it?
With precaution about... No.
Okay.
No, I don't think we're overdoing it, baby. And we don't know how much of a risk we're at. So it's better for us to just be careful extremely careful, as
Okay.
cautious as we can be.
Okay, you are my only sounding board at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
I am going to hew towards overly cautious. But if I start acting like a crazy person, but, you're a germaphobe. I don't think I'm ever going to outdo you on this one. So.
Oh, I'm happy about this. This thing about wiping down doorknobs with bleach. I don't mind.
So basically, like from your perspective, this is the first time I've acted rational in my whole life.
Oh yes. Come home from outside, wash your hands. I love it.
Take a shower, disinfect everything.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. This is, for me, I feel safe.
Okay.
I feel like now the rest of the world is starting to see the world as I see it. Covered in germs that you shouldn't bring home, and if you end up doing it, you should wash your hands. It's a little extreme.
You want to get into the new segment?
Yes!
All right, here we go.
Wait, hold on.
Swinky News Network presents The War on Crickets. There's been an active war on crickets in our house, and I just wanted to give you a platform to update us on how it's been going this week.
Yes. Yes.
This is not a full-blown news article. This is a totally different. This is just the war on crickets.
I like it, and with the music and everything. Good job, baby. With the setup.
I think you'll like the graphics.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. So, Pyuu joined in the war effort. So far, I've been fighting these invaders by myself, and it's nice to have someone on my team. So, welcome, Pyuu, to the team fighting these ugly, hopping invaders who like to have orgies in other people's houses.
They, first of all, true.
Yes.
Absolutely fact, not feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
absolute true. This is not propaganda.
This house is not the cricket bone zone.
Yeah, if you want to do it, you go do it outside. Baby, you know how I'm fair? You want to know how I'm fair?
I want to know how you're fair. That's why we have this whole segment on the war on crickets.
I am an adversary, right? I didn't stomp on a cricket when it was outside because it's outside. It's none of my business. That's no man's land. It can be there, but if it dared to come into the house, then we would have a problem. That's the kind of person I am. I'm a war general. I'm also the nurse, so if there are any injuries to people on my side, I will take care of them.
Can I ask a question?
Yes?
What injuries are you expecting either of us to suffer in the war on crickets?
I don't know, baby. You've seen the way I behave when I see them. Maybe I'm running and I trip. I'm trying to kill a cricket. Or there's that infamous night when you woke up to find me running around with a book in the dark.
And only a book?
Yes. In the dark to kill a cricket. I didn't want to turn on the light because P was asleep.
Mm-hmm, which made it seem all the more insane to have a book wielding and only a book wielding Swinky running through the house, just whack, 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 whack.
And I hope we don't need donations for the war on crickets at the moment. We seem to be doing well. The weather's on our side. They do not like it when it gets colder. So this is good.
Yeah.
The war on crickets is going well. Anything from you, Pyuu?
Well, I just
Major
wonder,
General Pyuu.
Is this gonna be? Are we gonna be stuck in this forever? Like, is this our Vietnam?
We can't get out of this?
Yeah.
Well,
We're trying to extract ourselves would make it worse, and by entering, we've made it worse in the first place. Is this your Vietnam?
This is
Robert McNamara. Please respond to the question.
This is not our
Roberta,
Vietnam.
sorry.
This is our Pearl Harbor, because the invaders came to us. Yeah, they came to us. We were minding our own business here in our house, Palace Koester, and then they just came. Invaded, decided this is where they're going to have their babies. And
all right, okay, colonialist. I remember when you were born in Glendale, California, to parents who were also born in Glendale, California.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. We're in this house, baby. We live here.
The house you were born in.
Not born. But it is mine. I've staked a claim, and we are paying for it.
And the cricket
was the cricket
community here first?
No.
What are you talking about? No, they were here before you arrived.
They've always been invaders. They've always been parasites.
They can't invade a place that they were residents of before you arrived.
They were residents outside.
Oh, you have learned a lot about white people in your short time in America. Congratulations.
Thank you. This is how it's done. That's why I say that was Pearl Harbor. And no, it wasn't our choice. They have woken sleeping giants.
All right, colonialist Swinky ready to take over any territory she wants and destroy the indigenous creatures.
Only what?
Good to know.
They're not even indigenous. They're all invasive. Shame on them.
Shame on them.
They're all invasive.
Look, I think this is getting too heated up. We need to go to the nature cam and bring it down. Wow,
yes.
The war on crickets is a spicy segment. I did not expect it.
You didn't expect that?
But
well, now there's two of us. I was waging the war by myself. But now,
now I don't know how I feel about this war, knowing that we are the colonialists.
We're not the colonialists; it's them.
They were here first. They were here first.
They're everywhere. Are
first.
you saying no? They are invaders. They are not native species. They don't belong. Wadi.
Okay, so there were no crickets in Glendale before your plane landed.
No, there were no crickets before this house was built. Declaration.
Moving on.
You can't out argue me with silliness. Ooh, I like this segment.
Noteworthy.
It's all you, Pierre.
It's really hard to get out of the GoPro shot because it's kind of wide.
It's wide.
Yeah.
Wait, how far can I go? Let's see.
All right, here we go. Go for it. But get back in, and you have to say noteworthy when we cut to you.
Okay. Noteworthy.
No, you're still in the shot.
Wait, I'm still in the shot? How is that even possible?
Noteworthy. So
you have to go out of the table. Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about?
You don't have anything to drink.
I drank it all.
So refreshing. Filtered water. I recommend. Sorry, noteworthy. Go for it, baby.
See, Dad? See?
What?
I'm not the only one who knows. Just take note of what's happening right now, Pop.
But wait, what? I'm innocent. Noteworthy, baby.
The only crime you're innocent of is not being guilty. Noteworthy. What are we talking about this week? Do you want to talk to Christ?
So I'm guilty of being innocent?
The only crime you're innocent of is not being guilty.
So I'm innocent of being innocent? Bye.
You're guilty. See? Why don't you call Swinky once or twice a week? Tell her to stop interrupting me.
All right, Pyuu. Bye. Not bad. Continue with your story.
With my story, we're talking the Christ, aren't we?
The Christ, yes.
So, okay, you want to know about the wall I hit this week in the Christ?
Yes.
Okay, just to bring you up to speed, the premise is a lesbian couple who live out in the desert.
Yes.
Are pregnant.
And they have one child already.
They have one child already. She's almost a teenager. She's 11, 12, maybe 13. I don't know. Somewhere around there. But it was an immaculate conception. The one wife believes that she is carrying the Christ child inside of her, the rebirth of Jesus. Part of this idea stems from this like thought that occurred to me that if the Christ were to return in human form as a baby, the worst place and the worst time for him to do that would be in America now, where the most vocal and violent and aggressive and hate-filled Christians are ready to accuse anything that is other of being pure evil. Trying not to get too deep into any political discussion on this, but I think that what I'm saying is not the entire truth of the Christian population in America, but I think anyone can see truth in what I'm saying if they are careful with their thought and with their observations around them. I done love a Christian. I really like Christians. I like all religions pretty much, and I'm excited about the people who study them and who dig into the mythology and all the beauty and the poetry of the writings of these old scriptures across the board. But I'm not so enthusiastic for the violent, aggressive, hate-filled, us is good, other is evil approach to religion, whatever the denomination or whatever the religion is.
Yeah.
It doesn't really fly with me. That said, I don't want to lean on cartoonish caricatures of the worst impulses of groups of people when I'm writing a script. I think that's lazy. That's really hacky writing.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way about Christians, that I don't want to just throw them under the bus as cartoon characters who hate.
Oh, because there's this subsection of
yeah,
them.
Yeah.
Like
It's I feel like it's unfair representation and cartoonish reduction. Like it doesn't represent anything of the human condition to label one group evil and portray them as villainous as you would see in any propaganda film.
Yes.
See how careful I can be with my words while conveying no emotion whatsoever. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? I could try to think myself out of any box, but it just puts me in a bigger box.
See, baby?
Hit me.
This is what your dad was talking about. See how I let you just talk through your thoughts? Yeah.
How have I been doing this week?
This week you've been trying.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm doing my best.
You're trying.
So the problem is there's such an obvious villain in modern hate-filled Christianity in America. Like there's such an obvious villain. If the Christ were returning, there would be a pushback. There would be like that evil that is consuming hearts in America would be very relevant to the story. Even not as a villain, just as a force of nature, it would be relevant to the story.
Yeah.
The hurricane in Jurassic Park is not the villain, but it's important and it's relevant to the story. The point is, like, I don't know if there's any way to avoid to talk about this without talking about that in the script. Like they're too intertwined. So I started including them and trying to write some dialogue for them, and I kept thinking like, oh, this is like I feel like I'm writing Foghorn Leghorn or Yosemite Sam.
Yeah.
It's so exaggerated.
Right, yeah. So it seems exaggerated because you're trying to be a little bit more objective and not veer too much to the extreme. But that's why it seems exaggerated. But there are people that talk like that.
Well, here's what I did. I went
with
online
that kind of ideology
to try to like look up anti-gay pastor rant or stuff like that.
Oh, Lord.
And what I realized is I was underplaying it by like 1,000,000,000%. What my dialogue was not exaggerated. It was not nearly as hate-filled or vitriolic as what
the actual
what's actually being said and what's actually like how it's being framed, anti-gay, anti-black, whatever they're anti, that I wasn't nearly being villainous enough with them. I had kid gloves on for these characters that did not deserve that level of delicate touch.
Then that means you're doing a good job. If you're not going too much into the extreme.
Because there was one thing I missed. There's one huge component that I was unaware of until I started doing my goddamn research, like every writer should. And that was, from their perspective, there's no hate in it. There's no anger. There's no villainy. They are the righteous bearers of the will of God who are helping the world around them by beating the shit out of queers. Yeah. Which, like, that was the missing ingredient. That was the thing I didn't realize was that they are... They believe it.
They're really vindicated.
That they are doing right. They are doing the Lord's work. Yeah. And they take such pity on the rest of us who don't see the truth of the word of the Lord and don't beat the shit out of queers the way they do. Wow. It's insane. Like I had vastly underestimated this contingent.
We're leaving all the work to them because we're not participating in the hatred.
Yeah.
No, we have to do it.
But
since
to them,
nobody else believes it.
It's not hatred. It's a love of what's right. Like they don't think it's hate. They think it's chasing the blessed. Pursuing what is truly blessed and
They're like
eradicating what is vile. Like
right.
It's so weird. It's so hard to hear them talk.
They're like the extremists in other religions.
Oh, you better believe it.
Yeah, like the Islamists who are all about jihad and killing people who are non-believers, and the Hindus, I was surprised to find, who think that all Muslims deserve to be beheaded. You know, it's the same thing where they really feel so justified in their actions that they do not see the inhumanity
Yes.
of their thoughts. Yeah.
Or the grandiose vanity that they are a direct line to God.
Yeah.
The danger of
They
that.
have the mandate
Yes.
of the Most High.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he chose them to execute his will
Right.
on his behalf on earth. Which it's a dangerous cocktail. It's yeah. So just doing my homework. That's
good, baby.
That's where the Christ is at. It's heartbreaking and it's hard to do when it's hard to like contend with those feelings as I'm trying to work through the actual client work that is all consuming, not heartbreaking, but definitely draining the batteries.
But it must make you feel in some way validated because you were aiming to not go foghorn leghorn, no.
Yeah.
And you still ended up you ended up actually not going that far.
Yeah. Not going far enough and missing that incredibly important nuance that there's no villainy from their end. That it is the word of God. And they are...
We can't even discuss this, yeah.
They are finally executing the will of God despite the world trying to stop them.
So last night, baby, I had this thought. What if I don't wake up tomorrow morning? You know how when you go to bed, usually you're just thinking, okay, fine. At the end of a nice day, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. But last night, I was thinking, what if I don't wake up tomorrow? I don't think like that very often. I try not to. I'm aware, as you are, of my mortality. I know.
Yeah. No, you were shook last night. You woke me up.
Yeah.
And we had to talk about what if you don't wake up tomorrow.
Yeah. And I remember saying a short prayer. I was saying, if I don't wake up, then please take me to a good place where I will be happy. And I didn't say heaven or hell or anything like that. I was just take me to a good place, and I was just talking to whoever's in charge of whatever happens afterwards, you know.
Can I jump in?
Yes.
My dad, I asked him a question. I forgot what the question was about death. It was I'll tell you exactly what it was. At funerals, people say he's in a better place now or she's in a better place now. And I said to him, if everyone actually believed that, why isn't there 100% suicide rate on this planet?
Yes.
And he said to me, in his typically John Koester way,
I love you, Dad.
Hell is uncertainty and death is the end of uncertainty. So that's that.
See, I love your dad.
I love him too.
That is the wisest thing.
You made me think of that with a better place. That
Yeah, I wasn't. For me, it wasn't a religious moment. It was just a kind of a spiritual. Oh wait.
We missed the nature cam on that one. What you did not see was our neighbor taking out garbage.
Oh, woo, nature.
I'm going to leave it on nature cam just in case he comes back. He'll be blurry and out of focus and unrecognizable, but we'll leave it there.
That's okay. I'm not as religious as I used to be. Growing up in Kenya, I was very religious. And it took me a while after moving to Japan to kind of loosen the chains of dogma.
I know you were such an uptight bee when I met you, you know.
Bye. But I'm starting to think that if there is a place, I feel like our spirits will continue to exist, but in a different form, and they'll be free, kind of like the way the universe is. It is and it isn't at the same time, like space. I feel that's how it's going to be, and we will kind of, to some extent, be able to decide how we want to be.
Well, can I jump in?
Yeah.
Think about it like an old incandescent light bulb. So you turn it off and it doesn't go dark immediately. Like it fades out.
Yeah.
And when you die, the light fades out, and then it takes even longer for all the heat that incandescent light bulb gave out to dissipate.
Yes.
So when it takes even longer for the heat that you put on this earth to dissipate and become unrecognizable again. So
that's as long as you're around.
Yeah. You die.
Memories.
You die 2 deaths. The one when you die and the one when the last person remembers you.
Right.
And that's when the heat has finally dissipated, that second death.
Right, yeah.
Can I jump in? Can I say something?
Yeah.
I'm glad you woke up this morning.
Me too. I'm really glad. Listen to the kids playing.
They're playing outside. Should we set up a Nature Mike as well?
I think so.
Nature Mike sounds like a character that could be on this show.
Nature Mike?
Nature Mike reporting live from
what do you have for
outside.
us, Nature Mike? Yeah.
Do you want to move on?
Let's move on, baby. I'm glad that you're making progress in the writing of this film, even though it feels like you've hit a block.
The block I hit was working 15-hour days. If you look at the ledger, Monday was 3, Tuesday was 5, Wednesday was 10, Thursday was 12.
Oh my gosh.
Friday was 15.
15.
I did a 15-hour day, which I'm so excited to invoice for.
Wow.
But we did
Good
it.
job,
We did
baby.
it.
Good
First
job.
news article?
First news article. First news article. I have to be serious for the news. So, news article number 1. Now, you already know from our segment.
News article number fun.
Yeah. Wait, what? News article on the run. News article with a bun.
News article that isn't dumb.
First news article. So as you know from our War on Cricket segment, Pyuu has joined the fight, and so last night Pyuu was working on one of our adversaries, and this thing would not die. So I decided to call it the zombie cricket. Okay, so he slapped it a couple of times with a heavy book, and it still came back to life and continued hopping around. So you know these are formidable foes.
Yeah, no, this is the real deal. This is yeah.
Yeah, they refuse to die.
These aren't dumb crickets made of hand lotion.
Yeah,
these are soldiers in the army of the Lord.
They are intent on taking over this land, okay?
Yes, which is their native land that you invaded.
No, this house is not their house, baby. I just will not agree with you. And last night was really fun to see Pyuu doing that because he's just finished a new, a big project and we can breathe. So it was nice to see him using the free time to join in the war effort.
Yes.
Next is Edgar! I made chicken stew without frying anything. Do you believe me? Pyuu, tell them, was it good?
The chicken stew?
From last night, yes.
Was amazing. It was
No
delicious.
frying. I didn't fry anything.
I believe it.
Yeah?
There's so much flavor and so tender.
I didn't use oil.
You're going bananas in the kitchen.
In the kitchen, yeah.
And I couldn't be more excited about it.
Yay!
What are you trying?
I'm just trying to make healthier choices wherever I can. Of course, we always use good, healthy oils that are and fats that are good for you, that are nutritious, right? So
that's you. I sit there with a spoon and a bucket of Crisco, just chomping away.
Like we don't use margarine or anything like that. So I'm just looking for ways to cook healthier. Yes, and I'm making progress. Thank you, Pyuu, for being my guinea pig. Next is Echo! Our neighbors love their kids. They made them a little playground.
Yes.
It's really adorable.
Do you think we should call churches playgrounds?
Playgrounds? Yeah, okay. So I had a slip. In Kenya, we call them...
I'm not teasing. I think that's a nice thing to call a church. It's a playground.
Playground. In Kenya, we call them shrubs. When you shrub. It's a verb, shrub.
Wait,
when you say the word, when you mispronounce a word because of interference from the tongue. Mm-hmm.
I don't think that was interference. I think you were divinely guided to a better word for churches.
Prayer grounds.
Yes.
So I sound like a Kikuyu. Kikuyu have problem with L and R, and also grammar.
Zing.
You know how? And Karimu is going to catch me on this one.
I was just thinking Kerr's going to like that.
Yeah. And you see, I should have said Kikuyus have problems, but I said Kikuyu have problem. That's a very Kikuyu way to say it. Which is strange because I'm not even that fluent a speaker of Kikuyu. That's it for the news. Thank you for joining us.
All right. Are you ready for the last segment of the day? What I think is the last segment? I forget what's on the queue today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to hold on that for a while. You seem to have an idea of what you want to do with the camera.
No, I'm being serious.
Oh. It was...
Because I presented the news. You know how when a news segment ends, the announcers are usually arranging the papers.
The credits on the side of them.
Yeah. and
or they turn gently to their
calls.
co-host and say...
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay. I have some bad news, darling.
Wait, what?
If you have to say I was being serious, then you might not have succeeded.
That's okay.
Okay,
you know what I decided, baby? Since I have so many silly outfits from all the jobs I've done throughout the years, and you too, I thought, why not just showcase them on DoodleCast?
Wait. Slow down. So you putting on a little cowboy hat is silly?
If you're not a newscaster, yes. But if you're a newscaster, it's not silly at all.
Oh, okay, good. I was confused. I thought it was something serious that you were doing because you said it was serious.
It's serious, baby. This is the new frontier. We're at war. Movie Revievie.
Movie Revievie. We watch movies because that's all you can do anymore.
Yeah.
Can't go bowling. And we review those movies. So we've got 2 this week, I believe. Is that true?
Yes.
So we'll do our reviews. You go first, I'll go second, and then we'll chat a little bit about each title.
Well, my review this week is my Revievie is a little bit serious.
Go for it.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, we're doing them out of order. The Pirates was first.
Oh, you want to do that one first?
Yeah, let's start with the Pirates.
Oh, this one is a little bit silly, just a little bit.
Okay.
Pirates, Band of Misfits.
The Pirates, ! Band of Misfits. The worst. We'll get into this.
Okay. All right. Captain is the most useless pirate on the map. He's like those packages that tell you, tear here. And then you do, but it doesn't work. So you apply more force and the contents of the bag spill everywhere. And then you can't reseal the bag. So you either need a new container or to finish everything in one sitting. But it works out in the end because his friends love him and he loves his dodo.
Okay.
What? Movie Revievie.
You can't fool me.
Wait, what did I do?
Okay,
why are you laughing?
Because okay. First of all, it was perfect. Second of all, traditionally, this just might be a blind spot of American culture. But like movie reviews are meant to give people some idea of what's the movie.
But I told you guys, Captain is the most useless pirate on the map. I say map because they show us where they're going on the map. There's a map on the screen. And also on the map can mean everywhere. In the world.
Thank you for explaining colloquialism. I don't know that anybody would be able to guess what the movie's about.
It's about Captain, a really terrible pirate. But his friends are nice. And he has a dodo.
I love it. I think that was a very good movie review.
Oh, you liked it?
Yeah,
okay, I'm glad.
Perfect movie review. All right.
And I don't think it's an American phenomenon, telling people, giving people an idea of what to expect when they watch a movie. I think since everyone does
are
it.
you saying that's like a universal approach to movie reviews?
Yes, I think everyone does it.
Okay, so what you're doing is campaigning for the fact that movie review would not fly anywhere on the globe as a film.
No, but it flies on the DoodleCast. Yay!
Perfect response.
Your turn, baby.
Loved it. First of all, loved it. It was a perfect Swinky movie Revievie.
You're welcome. All right, baby.
All right, here we go. Let's
Pirates.
see if I did any better on this one.
Okay.
Avast there, mateys. It's adventure on the high seas. Clever gags and top-tier animation abound in this poorly titled and manically plotted film. Hey, did you hear about the new pirate film? It's by Aardman Animation.
Ooh, good. That was good, baby. I enjoyed that.
Thank
hey.
you. Arr.
Arr.
Yeah, so that's my
That was excellent.
movie Revievie.
And you were a pirate even. Pirate colloquialism.
So, what did
pirate accent.
What did you think
pirate
of
dialect? What did I think of what?
God knows what we're talking about. What did you think about the Pirates! Band of Misfits?
First of all,
worst titled film I've ever seen.
No, baby, actually, I thought the title was Pirates: Band of Misfits.
I
thought it was like a heading.
I could be wrong. I think
article.
it's titled The Pirates! Band of Misfits, but we could both be wrong.
What happened?
I don't
The movie is so good.
I don't know, and there's so much linguistic cleverness throughout the film. They couldn't think of a title for this that wasn't complete gibberish.
Baby, come up with something right now.
Well, boy, do I feel the pressure.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
All right, I'll help you on. Captain Pirate, the Dodo, and everyone else.
Yeah, Captain Pirate and the Adventure of the Lost Dodo. Anything that gives this movie a. There was another
and the
problem.
Royal Dodo.
And the
Royal Dodo.
The another problem is none of the characters had names.
Oh.
It was the pirate captain, pirate with a scarf,
number 2,
feminine pirate. Yeah, pirate number 2. Nobody had a name in the film. The film didn't have a title. I had a heck of a time trying to find information about it online.
Right.
I searched the pirate movie, Pirates of the Caribbean. Search the pirate movie animation, Pirates of the Caribbean special effects breakdowns come up. You cannot find this film on Google.
That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, and it's such a good film filled with so much cleverness and wit and charm and excitement. It has the worst Google problem I've seen of any film that we've watched in our entire knowing each other. That you just...
Gosh.
It's so hard to find. I was trying to find reviews of it. All that comes up are Pirates of the Caribbean reviews and some film by Roman Polanski from the 80s.
About pirates?
About pirates, yeah.
No, this was a good movie.
It was so good.
They deserved a lot more recognition, I think.
Yeah.
Even the credits at the end are jam-packed with jokes, images, art. It's so nice. It's so nice. All the transitions.
The King of the Pirates. They could have called it the King of the Pirates. Or the Pirate King. Or anything.
That would have been better.
Than just the Pirates.
King of the Pirates. That's nice, baby. Good one. You should have hired Pyuu to write your title. I'm your biggest fan.
Of me or of Aardman Animations?
Of you. Oh, I like Aardman too. And I was happy to find out that Wallace and Gromit are from them. And Sean the sheep. I love Sean.
Yep.
He's adorable.
Once you know their house style, it's you'll even on a tiny little thumbnail you'll say, oh, that's when the mouths are like eggs sideways or
yeah. They're so cute.
Yes. Loved it. And it's on Netflix, so you can if you have a
Check
Netflix
it out.
It's totally worth watching, but you will never find it if you're looking for it.
Pyuu, is Pirates of the Caribbean on Netflix?
No,
of course not.
That's
Okay.
over on Disney's.
Then it'll come up immediately.
Yeah.
You'll see it. The Pirates. Enjoy. It's gonna be, and it's fun for the family. For those who are wondering, the family can watch it.
Yes,
too.
yeah. Totally, just a joy from start to finish, except for the title, which is endlessly frustrating for me. As some. Here's a thought. Every movie that I make should be called Aardvark : and then the title of the film, because so many things alphabetize their films that if your movie has a double A at the beginning, it'll just be like the first thing people see anyway. So my entire film catalog could be like Aardvark, the last library. Aardvark, the Christ.
We'll be stealing their ideas, Pyuu.
Wait, what?
Isn't that a production company?
No, they're Aardmen. I'm saying Aardvark like the animal.
Baby, get on it before someone else does.
It's before a whole nother production company names all their films Aardvark.
Yes, you should start. Do it.
Okay.
All right.
Next movie review?
Next movie review.
All right, go for it.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
I was a little serious on this one.
Let's check in with the nature cam. Good news, nature still exists. Back to Swinky.
There's green and blue and everything. One flew over the cuckoo's nest. Of course, Murphy commands the story, but Chief stole my heart. As he ran off to his freedom,
Spoilers.
I was whispering, "Run, Chief, run." Murphy may have been a mess of a man, but he showed entrapped men how to be free.
Aw, that was a great review.
You like it?
Yeah. Because I could understand what the film was about.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Even though there are spoilers?
There was a pretty big spoiler in there.
Of course someone's going to escape
It's like a
in the
40-year-old
end.
movie, so I think you're safe.
I think I'm the last person on earth to watch it for the first time.
Yeah, I feel bad I interrupted you.
Oh, wait, why?
I'm going to be in trouble.
Oh, no. That's so good. Okay. About that amount is okay.
どうも。すいません、失礼しました。
Sometimes you go overboard. I can't get through a sentence.
ごめんなさいでした。
Yeah.
許してください。
大丈夫。許す。
ありがとう。はい。
Hi, Pyuu-chan. Your turn.
はい。Avast there, mateys. It's adventure in the sanitarium. With an all-star cast, including Shoeshine Johnny and a villain for the ages in Nurse Ratched. It's the kind of film that'll make you lose your mind. Jack Nicholson sure did. Har.
Good job. You know what I've noticed, baby?
What?
You go with themes. You like themes.
Yeah.
That's very nice. I'm random.
Yes. No, each week that's the challenge for me is theme and repetition, like trying to do a variation on a set theme.
Avast there, mateys.
Arr.
What does avast mean?
Ooh, search me. Check out. Look, hoy.
Oh, huh? Ahoy.
Avast, like arr.
Oh, okay.
Look.
Avast there, mateys.
Look sharp, lads.
Arr.
I guess. I don't know. I'm not a pirate.
Okay.
They're a culture, not a costume, Swinky.
You're using pirate jargon liberally, like you lived among them. What? No snarky comeback for that, Pyuu?
No, but I do have a joke for you if you want one.
Tell me.
Did you hear about the pirate corn?
No.
It costs $1 a year. Har. Har.
Why do they all... Pyuu!
Wait, what's wrong? You don't like pirate jokes?
No, I like the laugh at the end.
Did it say
like you're doubling over, yeah.
From its inanity?
Har. It reminded me of my
I knew we could get one of those.
Yeah?
I'm going to tilt down a little bit. Okay, there we go.
I had to look up the chief afterwards.
What did you learn about Chief?
That he was actually Native American. He was actually a Native American, like full-blooded from this area called Okmulgee in Oklahoma. I know I'm saying it wrong. And he was a real advocate for his community, and he was saddened by the lack of representation. Like he said, the Indian children at the time, the Native American children, they used to call them Indians, they were proud to be Native Americans, but they didn't know what they were proud of because all their heroes were dead. And their heroes weren't represented on TV. And when their heroes were represented on TV, there were the villains.
Yes, yeah.
And so the kids would ask their parents, they're people to be killed because if they kill
savages.
you, they will scalp you. So the children would ask their parents, are there no good Indians? And how sad is that? Are there no good Indians? Anyway, so Chief, the actor.
That makes his arc even like all the more beautiful that he is the hero of the film.
Oh yeah. So Will Sampson and he was an excellent painter, by the way. He's really good at painting. Yep. Really beautiful art. And he...
When we have extra nickels, let's try to find a Will Sampson painting and
I
we'll
was
hang it in the
thinking
house.
the same thing.
Are they expensive? Have you looked them up?
No, I didn't look at the prices.
Okay.
I just assumed that they were
I
inaccessible.
expect them to be a little pricey.
Yeah, I think he has a lot of fans, and bless his soul. He really showed kind of the quietness of our native people. Like the way I imagine the Aborigines were before the white settlers came. Like just people who are their own. They've had their traditions for tens of thousands of years. And there's this quietness that comes from knowing who you are and your connection to the land and your people and your ancestors. That can't be, you can't act it. It has to come from you. And he has that quietness in his character in the movie. And I really like that about him.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah. Am I rambling?
We should be so lucky.
Oh, you're welcome.
Here's a thought that was running through my head through that film, if I may.
Yeah.
And that is that all Jack Nicholson had to do, all Mac had to do in that whole situation he was in, was play along. So he's clearly very intelligent, very exuberant. If he had played along, he would have made it through his 68 days. Or if he had gotten wise sooner, he could have come clean and said, like, yeah, I was faking it. If he had shut his mouth, was he actually crazy? Like that he couldn't play the game for 3 months. Was he actually crazy? Like what?
Who's
Jack
he?
Nicholson, Mac. Do you think
that he was actually crazy?
Yeah, because he could run any con in the book except the one that would have saved his life.
Right. Yeah. Maybe he was. But he was set free in the end.
Yes, he was.
He didn't have to live as a vegetable because of Chief. Chief was so compassionate. I loved Chief. I loved everything about him. And then to find out that the man behind Chief is an upstanding human being, for me, really just rounded it out. But remember how I was wailing as I saw Chief running off into the distance?
Oh, I remember. It's a beautiful ending.
It's really liberating.
And I love that the whole film, you think the story is about Mac, and in the last 5-10 minutes,
you realize
like what the actual story is actually about.
Yeah.
It's a great film. There's a reason it's a classic. And hot diggity, is it not full of heavy hitters?
Yeah.
It's just like all the great...
Yeah, we're just recognizing people.
Yeah, left and right. And realizing this is like the first film, so many of them, it's really early in all of their careers.
Right.
There's that guy you kept saying looks like Danny DeVito.
Turns out it was him.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah. He's really good in it.
Yeah. Wow. Christopher Lloyd's first feature, I believe.
Wow.
And
Shoeshine
Johnny. Like, what are you going to do? You got Shoeshine Johnny in the film.
Yeah.
You can't lose.
No, it was quite a treat, and I'm glad we watched it. And I'm still a little bit mad at you for telling me in the beginning that your mom based her career as a nurse on Nurse Ratched.
You can have whatever fee-fees you want about that. Did I not text her and ask her, and did she not confirm it?
You were just trying to jump ahead of the problem. You knew you had misled me. Imagine 30 minutes into the movie, I'm watching and I'm thinking, wait, Pyuu's
This woman is horrible.
Pyuu's mom based her career on this woman? And Pyuu's just sitting there so amused by my confusion. Nurse Ratched is the worst.
Yeah, they shouldn't call her Nurse Ratched. They should call her Worst Ratched.
Yeah. Yeah. Take that, you horrible excuse for caregiver. I saved it.
Perfect save.
But did you know that there's a...
I repeat the question. Did she not confirm what I had told you?
That your mom is not like that?
No, that she is. She based her entire career and her parenting on the work of Nurse Ratched.
No, it didn't confirm that. P, what is wrong with you?
I'll load up the text right now. We don't need to get into all that on the air.
P is being silly.
You want to blow this popsicle stand?
Yes.
All right, let's go to the nature cam and give one for Mom.
Together.